Hello all, welcome back. Today we are going to see table calculations. Table calculations are very useful Tableau features which can actually make our visualization very nice, and also all of the calculations we have to do very easy and simple. But in order to use table calculations, we need to have the right data in the visualization in the right place. I mean, I have to let me take off this. Sorry, I have to clean. Let me delete that. Start from. Okay, sorry about that. Remove everything. Start new. Okay. Let me rename that. Table calculations. Okay. So we need to have the right data here to use table calculations. Table calculations are the features already in Tableau. In addition to anything we create through calculated fields, this is a completely different thing. We will see in another video the difference between calculated field and table calculations. Calculated field are calculated from the values we have. We write code to calculate and so on. But table calculations are the existing features in Tableau which we are capitalizing on. So we will see that those table calculations today. So in order to do, we need to bring some data into view. Let's me bring country. Okay, and also let me bring segment. That's going to be too long. I'm gonna bring regions. Okay, that's good for us. So we have regions, and in each region we have country, and then we need data over here to use our calculation. So it should be always, to see the effect, we should have it always in table form. So we have that. We can use it in any visualizations, but we easily see the effect when it is in cross table. So let's bring measures in here. Okay, let's bring quantity, sales, discount, and profit. I'm gonna change the order. Sales, quantity first, and from there we quantity, sales, discount, and profit. That's fine. So we want to see the table calculations across. There are lots of options that we can use to show table calculations. So this is a normal table visualizations. We can bring pan totals, table totals, and so on, and subtotals as well for each country, for each region, and so on. Can bring that one, but before that I'm going to show you how to use table calculations. Table calculations are very handy to show, either to add everyone across the table, all profit together, or only for the region, one for central, or we can add across and get all central around, but the total, if we are using the sum, it will add all into one figure at the end. So if we ask to add like this, and then it will get that this will only hold the total for that region, and then for the other region it will be like this. So we'll see. So well, in order to apply calculated table calculation, we need to use one of the measures to apply that. This is a table calculation. So when we apply table calculation on profit, the profit here will have this triangle or a delta small symbol, and also this is the one we want. This small table will appear where we can actually make our calculations. So here, as you can see, it's different from, but we're gonna use a different one. Like we can use percent from, percent difference from, percentile from, rank order. We can rank all these based on that, or on moving calculations on different things. Or we can ignore that and start from quick table calculation. This is also the same. We start from running total. It's also give us the same thing here, and it adds up everything to the total for the measure we selected. Here it running total, it adds each month is on one of the other, and it gives us the maximum total. So this is all added up together, but we can edit this and bring back the previous thing we brought in, and we can have control over how we can add or we can specify that. So here on profit, we added using sum, we added running total across the whole table down. It added all the table down, but we can actually only make on a pan, which means it adds from here to here. It started this one from here to there. It adds this one from here to there. It didn't go along all the tables, and that will give us like a sum of total per region for the profit. This is across pan, so it doesn't change anything, but it is still on the pan, means on the pan. That's why actually I brought central regions here, so that we can have a pan. If we don't have that region in there, we don't have a pan, so it considers everything as a pan, the table itself as a pan. So the aggregation here is sum, but we can change into any value that we want to aggregate, using sum, using average, using minimum, maximum, and so on. And here it is running total, but we can also change that. As you've seen previously, we can use any of these. But we need a little bit of understanding. Difference from means different from the previous. So for this one, there is no previous, so the difference is 0. And from this one, the difference between this one and this one was that negative 9,870. It changes, it checks the difference from the previous one. It's what the calculation is. That's what, if you want to see the progress and so on. Rank gives us based on the value that is that's in the pan though, and we can make it in the table. So which one is the biggest? It says this is the biggest. If you go back, we can see across table. That's actually not average, sorry, on sum. That's actually the biggest for that. If it is, no, I don't have to, I have to remove, sorry, I have to remove the to see that UK the largest, I have to remove that. Clear table calculation, and you can see UK is the highest number. That's why it is ranked number 1. So I used on those. We can add each one of any one of that. Like on sales, I can bring table calculation, and I can see now compare the sales figure which is across the table now. But I can make it just like I did, edit table calculation, and make across the pan if I want to, and so on. If we want to do on the cell, there is nothing we add because the cell itself is just one value. The values remains the same. Okay, so if we have multiple cells here, it's gonna add up onto that. The other thing is we can specify on which thing to add. Here it adds on a country. I can make it on a region as well, and then it will change that according to my selections. The most important things are what we choose here to aggregate on. Is that the running total? Is that rank? Is that the percentile? Or is that a sum, average, or minimum, maximum? That will help us to deal with this one. In addition to other other calculations we have there. The most important thing here is that we have the calculations based on pan, or the country, or the cell we wanted. What if we want to have just normal calculations? We can come here and we can specify totals and show column totals. Now we have column total. Okay, and show subtotals, row totals at the left. No, not at the left. Show totals, column totals, subtotals all. For each one we have subtotal. Okay. We can't add. This is why the reason it wasn't giving me is a complete out of calculation thingy. Row totals at the left, it can't give me because we can't add these things because they are completely different parameters, different values, and it is meaningless if we add quantity into sales and profit and like across. It's completely meaningless if I have some kind of 30,000 total here. I don't know how to explain it. That's why Tableau is completely blocking that. This way it is possible to add because it is a quantity. All these are all sales, these are all discounted, these are all profit, and we can have all across grand total with this because it is all the same value. So that gives us another calculations. What else? We can also remove any of the totals we don't want from there, and we can also base our total on anything we want. The default is sum, but we can make on any of these aggregations which we want to, if you want to. That's it. So table calculation can also be used like as making those additions, but per specific measure here. That specific measure we have here, like we went on one of these, or we can completely remove them and just make our calculations to show over here and add calculations, and we can do just what we want over here using this table calculations. And then our visualization based on those numbers, we can change into any of the visualizations we want. this is about table calculation. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can pop up below the video so that I can try to answer your questions. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye bye.